Hi everyone, my name is Molly Robb and I'm the coordinator for leadership programs with student involvement. Today I'm going to talk about how to promote your student org. I'm going to focus on utilizing on-campus resources as well as digital tools because these are going to be really important as we navigate the next semester during the pandemic. Your org may need to change up your marketing strategy a bit, so I'll talk you through that. First up, we have some vocab words that are a great place to start, and although they might look familiar to you, it's really important you have a solid understanding of these. First up, we have audience, which is the intended membership or readership of a message. Next is messaging, how an organization talks about itself and the value it provides. Goals, specific objectives described in a marketing plan. And brand, a name, term, design, symbol, colors, or any other feature that identifies your group from another group. Let's talk about audience. Identifying your organization's target audience is a great first step. You don't just want to reach anyone and everyone at UWM. If you try to do that, you're going to be overwhelmed and spend a lot of time and money, and you won't end up really reaching anybody. So it's important you think about the specific group of people that you are trying to reach. Are you trying to reach current students, alumni, a specific major, a specific interest? So really spend some time thinking about your target audience. And then brainstorm what catches their attention. What brings your members together? What kinds of people would you like to join your org? Why did you join when you first decided to join? So think about really what catches your audience's attention. Next up is messaging. So before you talk about your organization and the value it provides, you really need to understand it yourself. So a great first step in that is deciding what your org's values are. Just as an example, student involvement's values are our 6 dimensions. That is learn, explore, celebrate, connect, lead, and create. Now you might recognize those words from other student involvement marketing, and we try to include that a lot because we think it's a great way to articulate the things we offer students, and that's what we want people to know about our organization and our office. So we make sure to include that in our messaging so students understand the kind of work we do. So 1, think about your values. 2, what kinds of things do you offer to your members? And 3, what kinds of things do you want other people to know about your organization? And make sure all of your messages reflect at least one of these tools. Now it's time to define your goals. Narrowing them down might be a little bit hard because you might actually want to do all of these things. I just brainstormed a couple things that I know some student orgs pick as their goals. So a couple examples are you want more people to attend your events, which might be mostly virtual this semester. Do you want people to donate money to a cause? Do you want more members, etc.? In addition, once you find your goals, make sure they are SMART. So that means specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. So to give an example with that, if my student org's goal is to get more likes on Facebook, first I need to be specific. Do I just care about any likes, or do I want them to be UWM students that are liking it? I need them to be measurable, so I need to know how many likes I have first, and then so at the end of my goal I can see how many likes I've gotten. Say I pick 50 likes. Is that attainable and realistic for my goals and my org this semester? And I need to make sure there's a deadline on that. So I want to get 50 likes this semester. Next up, let's talk about brand. Some of your orgs might already have a logo and colors whether that's your individual org or comes from a national organization. So even if you already have a logo and colors, this might be a good time to reflect on that. Does your brand accurately represent the messaging and the target audience that we talked about earlier? And if so, make sure to include that on all materials. That's a really great way for people to gain some recognition of your organization. If you put it on all of your posters and all of your social media, maybe a student will be like, oh, I've heard of this org before. I saw it on this poster or on this social media website or what have you. So make sure you're including your brand, your logo, your colors on everything that you're sending out. If you do not have any branding, again, take some time to reflect on your messaging and your goals. What kinds of colors and or images reflect that? And then once you've taken some time to brainstorm that, think about what really engages your target audience. Make sure it's reflected in your brand that you pick. Check out Canva. That is a really great tool to help you build a brand and a logo. They have tons of different free artwork opportunities. So that's a really great place to start. I'll make sure to include that link in the end. Next up, let's talk about some campus resources. First, I'd like to talk about our digital resources that we can offer to student organizations. First off, you've probably heard of Presence. That's our online platform for all student organizations. I highly recommend that you keep your Presence page up to date with all of your contact information and include any upcoming events. Next up, you can fill out a form to get on the campus calendar that is connected to the university's website. Another fun thing that you can do is actually take over the UWM Instagram or Snapchat. To do that, you can fill out this form with University Communications. You can also email News and Stuff to get into the News and Stuff newsletter. Maybe include any event details and announcements. Another fun way to get featured your org is with our student involvement social media. So there's another form there you can fill out, and we'll actually highlight you during our People, Places, and Panthers on Mondays. And then last up, Union Marketing does have some digital resources. They can help you with design. There's some examples at the left over here. And then they do have some social media packages. They can help you with branding and building your audience on social media. So if you're interested in that, please reach out to MarkDesk. Next up are the campus resources as far as print goes. So again, Union Marketing can help you with this. But I do want to note that this semester during the pandemic, we do not recommend ordering physical materials or promotional materials that you're going to hand out, like flyers or giveaways. That's just too high contact. However, large format print materials are still available for the union. So these include the banners in the concourse, window clings, gold frames. So if you're interested in utilizing that, definitely reach out to MarkDesk. Next up, let's talk about social media. Next up, I've got some tips and tricks for engaging on social media. First of all, make sure that somebody is assigned to cover your social media accounts. If you don't already, I highly recommend having an exec member have access to all of your social media accounts because it's really, really important that there's some consistent voice behind your messages and someone that's always active. Something that student involvement has really learned the importance of is posting on a consistent schedule. So for example, we post every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. So try to post the same time and day every single week. That helps with Instagram's algorithm and make sure you show in people's feed. So come up with a schedule that works for your org or the member that's going to be doing it and create a calendar to make sure that you're all on the same page. I will share the student involvement calendar that we use in the module just in case you are interested in utilizing that. Next up, make sure you're not just posting on your social media accounts, but you're actually listening and engaging with followers. This means liking and replying to their comments and answering any questions that they have. Another fun thing is to do hashtag Throwback Thursday. It doesn't actually have to be Throwback Thursday, but think about the days of the week and the ways you want to engage with your audience. And then do that same way that you want to engage with them every single week. So maybe you want to do a hashtag Member Monday and highlight a different member every single Monday. Or do a different Q&A every Wednesday. So really think about the different things that you think people would want to hear from you, and then try to do that on a weekly basis. Of course, giveaways are always fun, and they're actually a really great way to increase your audience. So if you have a giveaway, tell people to share, like, and tag people, and they're entered for a giveaway. Right there, you already increased your audience by like 3 people. So just from one person. So that's a really great way to build your audience. And then lastly, we highly recommend that you collaborate with other accounts. So in addition to tagging Do Stuff UWM, maybe talk to another student org about how you can collaborate with each other, or another campus resource office that you might work closely with, and see how you can help each other build each other's audiences. I actually included an example of the student involvement Instagram since I've been talking about it. So first of all, our profile picture follows our brand logo, right? That's Pounce. Everyone knows who that is, and we actually include him in a lot of our posts. So that's kind of a consistent brand that we have throughout the page. Next up, we have hashtag DoStuffPounce, because that is something that we integrate into our storytelling. Every Friday, we show how Pounce got involved. So that's another fun way that you can actually click on our hashtag, and our followers can see the different posts that we've had. Next up, I talked a lot about values earlier. Our 6 dimensions, which are our organizational values, we actually use as our story covers, and we use our organization's brand colors right there. So these are going to be consistent with stuff you see in our offices and on our marketing materials. So it's a really great way to tie it in to our physical spaces as well. And then lastly, I just talked about this. We highly recommend posting on the same days and times every week. And for example, UWM student involvement, we talk about people, places, and Panthers every Monday, and how Pounce got involved every Friday. So a shameless plug, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook to stay up to date with all student involvement things. Here I've included some more digital tools. I think one of the most important ones are the design tools that I have listed here. I talked a lot about Canva. Canva is a really, really great tool if you're looking to build a logo, but they also have a lot of different social media templates that you can use. So I highly recommend you checking that out. It's mostly free. They have a ton of things that are for free. So highly check out Canva. And then PixArt and Over are 2 other mobile apps that I highly recommend if you're interested in doing more design work. Next, I included some group messaging apps, which are good for internal communication. I highly recommend Microsoft Teams because everyone's familiar with it, and everyone with a UWM email already has access to that. So that's really easy to use. Next are websites and blogs. I really didn't talk about this, but if you think that a blog would be a good fit for your student org, here are some websites to get started on that. And then scheduling platforms are websites that actually help you schedule your social media posts in advance. So student involvement, we find that it's really beneficial if we can schedule our posts 2 weeks out using one of these platforms. So we highly recommend checking that out if you want to bulk post instead of just having somebody post every single day. So those make it a lot easier. And here I've got some contact information for union marketing, the student involvement front desk, and then the student newsletter, news and stuff. If you have any other questions, you can definitely reach out to anybody in student involvement, and we are happy to help you.